and welcome to There's No Place Like Summer Camp podcast. I'm Andrew Waterhouse, and in this week's episode we're going over the essentials to bring on the flight to camp, and there's a special announcement too. So come into our tent and I'll spill the beans. So, hello everyone, welcome to the 9th episode of There's No Place Like Summer Camp. We've made it to YouTube and I'm really excited for this episode because of course we have started the YouTube channel. Finally, you guys can see me and my nerdy glasses and we can talk about summer camp or Camp America. And this t-shirt is really dirty and I apologise for that, but this camp t-shirt is so old and it just doesn't come out, and that's what's so great about this shirt. It holds so many memories for me and I hope to provide you with some of that magic too. So in case you don't know, this started out as a podcast and it's actually available on iTunes and many other platforms as well. So if you're interested in just hearing my voice and you don't want to see this ugly mug, go check out iTunes, search There's No Place Like Summer Camp. Put those little earbuds in, you can walk around and you can hear me. But you can obviously do that on YouTube as well if you want to, I don't know, do something to my face while watching me. Okay, so there's also a blog post as well. So every week I upload, I'm going to be uploading YouTube videos and I'm going to be uploading to iTunes as well. And there's going to be a blog post all tying into one massive Illuminati triangle where I'll be talking about summer camp for 101 episodes. We're on episode 9 at the moment. We've got 92 to go. Quick maths. Blah, blah, blah. So one team, one dream, all coming in together as one. But today's episode is going to be about the essentials to take on the plane, because plenty of you who are going to Camp America, something like that, have never maybe traveled to America before or never done a long haul flight where it's 10 hours flight. So I'm here to provide some breakdown of quick things that you can bring with you to summer camp. So one of the main essentials that I like to bring on flights is a magazine. It lets you unwind and relax and read into maybe your favourite hobbies or what you're missing out on back at home. And I always like to bring these because the glare of the screen on the planes is kind of brings on a headache. So when you have something else to look at that's not shining in your eyes for 8 hours, you can just glance down at a magazine. And also recommend bringing a book. Did I mention that I'm actually releasing a book? It's called There's No Place Like Summer Camp, and we'll be talking more about that later. Okay, on to number 2. Snacks! So you're going to be obviously on this plane for a long time, and you want to be able to eat stuff that you like. So maybe pop into a Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi, any of your supermarkets. Put in some food into your carry-on luggage so you can eat while on the flight. You don't want to be relying on the in-flight food because there may be stuff that you don't really like, and you may want some food that will remind you of home when you're traveling away from it. So I always like to take snacks. Number 3, water. This is a biggie as well, and you're going to hear about this a lot when you're at summer camp because the climate of summer camp is so ridiculously hot, and that's not just for summer camp, that's for America in general. So you're going to want to bring a water for the flight as well as a water bottle for when you get there. This water on the plane is going to help you ease your nerves and calm down and maybe relax a little, because you don't want to be drinking alcohol and anything fizzy if it will upset your stomach when you've got all these nerves jingling around in your belly. So make sure you bring some water and some snacks. You can't really go wrong there. Number 4, you want to bring your phone, obviously, and you want to bring a charger because on the flight it could run out of battery after all you're travelling over to Heathrow, and then you on your phone looking at Facebook while you're waiting for your flight, and then you're on the plane and you're watching your favourite movies or playing games on your phone. This wears down the battery, and over time, by the time you get to America, it could be on something like 20%. And you know what iPhones are like these days? They die at around 20%. So make sure you bring a charger as well. They are actually allowed on the carry-on luggage, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can actually plug them in, depending on what airline you go with. They'll be able to plug into a main socket for the journey over, so you'll be able to charge your phone while you're traveling, and it will also help you to know what's going on when you actually arrive into camp, because you'll be able to search more about your camp, you'll be able to search more about the airport and where other people are that you're trying to meet up with, all this good stuff. So make sure you bring a phone and your charger, and I'll perhaps recommend bringing a portable charger as well. They're really, really handy in somewhere like camp where you're going to be walking around a lot and the phone's going to be on you and you're not going to have much time to charge it. So I'd highly recommend bringing a portable charger as well. I, for one, am a very warm-blooded person, so this doesn't really apply to me, but for those of you out there that are really cold all the time, I'd recommend bringing a blanket for the plane, because it's going to be cold up there, it's going to be high altitude, there's going to be hardly any air. Don't worry, you will be able to breathe, but you might get cold. So bring a blanket, maybe one of your favourites from home. They are supplied by many of the airlines that go over to America though, so you don't have to worry about that if you can't fit it into your carry-on luggage. But it could be a nice little add-on for some of you out there who are always complaining about being cold and you just want to snuggle up in your favourite blanket for the flight and fall asleep. As I say, plenty of the airlines do actually offer these for free on your flight, as well as pillows and stuff, so they know how long of a journey it is. But maybe some of you out there want to bring your favourite little quilt that you had as a kid. Okay, so this is the point in the podcast or YouTube video or blog or anything of this Illuminati where I talk about the book. So I did mention it earlier. There's a book coming out that I'm publishing called There's No Place Like Summer Camp, and it's the diary that I kept from the first year I went to summer camp, and it's so exciting because it's in the eyes of someone that's brand new to summer camp, coming in to volunteer, and then everything unwinds, and there's such a roller coaster of a journey as you follow me through like the first few weeks, and then like missing home, and then making all these insane friends and having all these sick stories. It's all really fun and really cool. I'm still working on it, but if you want to check it out, it's available on my website for pre-order, and you can see some more information about it. It's available at shop.andrewwaterhouse.com. There's a link in the description as well, and it will be available on Amazon and all those good websites as well. So if you want to, if you prefer to wait, go ahead and wait. But more information is available on those websites or links in the description. So let's move on with the rest of the podcast video blog. Okay, if you've got to this point and you're on the plane, I don't know how you've got through security, because you definitely need your passport and your visa. Come on, fucking hell. Like, if you've got to this point and you're like, what do I bring for the plane? Obviously you need your passport and your visa. So make sure you bring it. Is there anything more to be said? Okay, number 7. You want to bring games because it kills the time. Like, it's going to be a long trip and you want to kill the time that it takes to get to America. So bring some games on your phone or a console. If you want to bring a console, a DS, a Vita, a Nintendo Switch. I brought my Vita along with me when I went to summer camp. I don't regret it at all. It was a very great way to kill the time, especially when you're at camp, and sometimes camp can be quite a slow day. You can unwind with your games and get those achievements and trophies and complete that hard boss that you've never been able to complete. So I highly recommend it. Of course, you want to keep an eye on these sort of things when you're like around camp. Make sure it's stored in a safe place and stuff. But I highly recommend bringing a games console or something along those lines. Okay, so back to the phone thing. This is number 8. We are looking at music and your headphones. How are you going to be able to survive without headphones? Plenty of people arrive at camp and they're like, oh, I'd love to listen to some tunes. And all they've got to do is like blast it out on their little boombox and like, yeah. And like, that's cool and everything. But sometimes you want to just put in your headphones, walk around camp, get a little bit of exercise. And especially on a plane, you want to be able to unwind while you're on the plane. And you've got this massive journey ahead of you to go. So bring some music on your phone already downloaded, or yeah, you kind of want it already downloaded because you're not really going to get much Wi-Fi or signal up in the air. So make sure you bring some music.